No matter what people want you to believe, don't ever turn back on your dreams. It's all in your hands, a change is near. Close your eyes, listen to the sound.
Hey guys, it's your girl Alana here. Welcome back to my channel, 3 Degrees of Love, 3 Degrees of Love Divination. Wow, it's, I realized actually as I just woke up not that long ago that, and I'm doing this video that, a couple of things. So I don't know if you've seen it, but I did an interview with the author Hezzy, who created You Can Be, Self-Care Sundays. Truly Mellanin presents Self-Care Sundays, and Afro Adventures presents The Incredible Genius IMHOTEP. And actually there was, of course, from editing, and between editing and putting the video out and then rewatching it, there's a few things that I realized that sort of it gotten missed, and just some other things that I was sort of thinking about, and one of it was the fact that I think maybe because the books, are they're children's books and they're also small. But for some reason, I felt protective of the books and their integrity, and in a weird kind of way, if you will. I'm not sure. Even I, trying to rationalize it, and I'm still not 100% certain on exactly why that was. But anyways, with that being said, I realized, because from reading the stories and stuff like that, and just submersing myself in it, and then also recognizing that, we have a very strong hybrid solar eclipse that is happening between today and tomorrow, or actually I think the event actually, well, it starts, but I think for it to be the total eclipse, and it happens on the 20th. And of course, it varies depending on where you are. But I think this one is actually it's very powerful, and to see the actual eclipse in the totality, for where this one's the solar eclipse. So of course no, I'm not going to explain the science. You can look that up. Because I can't think of it right now, and rather than stumbling on my words and just kind of, giving you sort of wrong, I rather you just, and I will put it on the screen. But anyways, but the idea, it's powerful in the sense, and some of the, even, native shaman, sort of paganistic practices really believe in the understanding of the spiritual aspect of the eclipse, and the idea of it sort of being a rebalance of the world, and the effects that it has on nature and people, and right, and the significance is about new beginnings and letting go, and and all that stuff. Plus, we also are entering the day after the 21st. We're also entering into Mercury retrograde, and for those of you who understand that, sort of that lingo and what that means, Mercury retrograde usually evokes old relationships coming back, and you know, the messing of technology and all of that kind of stuff, and you know, and how that can be disruptive, you know, from a very you know, a frequency vibrational perspective. Anyways, so there's been a few things and sort of coincidences that sort of came up, you know, more recently, even too, with the books that and just this being, I guess, a book video, a book showcase video, if you will, as well as, you know, revelations and messages and stuff. So anyways, you know, with all of that being said, as I, you know, started thinking about all of this stuff and you know, and the themes, and, you know, again, going back to Hezzy's books, and, you know, what I said that I realized about, you know, some of the things that, you know, were missing. So, you know, I spent a lot of time talking about Hezzy and getting to know Hezzy, and that was, you know, that was the premise of the interview, and, you know, and then of course, like I did, because as he would have mentioned in that video, he had his launch date for his new books, Truly Mellanin Presents Self-Care Sundays. And that was on April 15th. And I did, and because it was a local event, I did get to go, you know, and stuff like that. And it was fabulous, just to see the amount of people there, you know, and, you know, people getting together and supporting one another for the greater good. You know, I was, again, the idea of being submersed in, you know, what I believe, and, you know, wholeheartedly, and, you know, togetherness and community and support and all of that stuff. You know, it was such an amazing opportunity to, you know, to be there. But anyway, so as I was saying about the books, and, you know, and because I think they're children's books, and with children's books too, children's books tend to not be very long, right? So the story is, you know, only done in a few pages. And I guess I you know, when I said it, you know, feeling sort of protective of it, I didn't want to share too much of the book, you know, for you know, I don't know, I feel like maybe for others to take advantage of the material, me showing it online, I don't know, okay? That's just whatever. But as I you know, reflect and see that, no, but you need to see the books so you can, you know, you can feel what I feel and see the benefits of it, so you would want to, right? That's the whole idea. Anyways, so, and also in that, I also got to meet the during the event for Self-Care Sunday, I also got to meet the beautiful illustrator who is actually who's illustrated all of the books, I believe. I don't recall if he did this one, the original, or the first one, which is You Can Be, but he, you know, another, you know, great soul, and his name is Sidante Currie, and, you know, I got to know him, and, you know, him being an illustrator, and he even has an Etsy store where, you know, he creates the art for his, I think it's a clothing line, and stuff like that. So, you know, it's just to see, you know, people, you know, doing their thing and being creative, and, you know, and embracing all the possibilities of what they can be, you know, it was, you know, it was very fantastic to see. So I you know, I wanted to give a shout out, of course, to the illustrator, you know, who partnered with Hezzy to, you know, to illustrate these beautiful books, and, you know, so I in honor of, you know, again, sort of honoring the stories and stuff like that, I wanted to, you know, quickly share with you the story on You Can Be. I feel it's, you know, given the fact that, you know, we're having this powerful eclipse, and, you know, the understanding of, you know, breaking karmic ties and negative karmic cycles, and you know, embracing all that we are. You know, I say that I am love, and I can, you know, I mean that wholeheartedly. And being able to, you know, for all of us to be able to look ourselves in the mirror and heal, you know, the pains of our past, and be able to, you know, to right wrongs, and, you know, within what's our ability, what we cannot control, we leave that up into the hands of God or the universe, right? Divine consciousness. That is stuff that is left up, and let the, you know, spirituality and the natural flow of life, you know, take control of that. You know, but when we can see the errors of our ways and the things that are keeping us stuck, and you know, in these negative cycles that are only, you know, destructive, you know, we can, you know, taking the time to actually do the work and being anchored by love, because at the end of the day, as I say, we all originate from it. We, you know, we all, even the act of how we you know, we got here, and the process of, you know, how DNA mingles to create, right? That's all love. And so, you know, I wanted to share the story with you on, you know, You Can Be, and by Hezzy. And like Hezzy always says, stay elevated. You can be the possibilities are endless, right? All right. You can be anything you put your mind to: a doctor, a lawyer, or a trainer at the zoo. You can be a teacher who works at a school. You can create video games that are really cool. You can be an astronaut and fly into space. You can train real hard and win a big race. You can be a camp counselor and work at a camp. You can work at the post office and give out stamps. You can work on your jump shot and be a basketball star. You can be a mechanic who fixes trucks and cars. You can be a bus driver who drives people to work. You can work in a hotel and be a hotel clerk. You can start your own business and open a store. You can catch fish along the seashore. You can be a construction worker who builds tall buildings. You can be a jeweler who sells shiny diamond rings. You can be the conductor who's in charge of the train. You can be a pilot that flies an airplane. You can be a plumber who fixes pipes and drains. You can be an umpire at baseball games. You can be a historian and study history. You can be a ship's captain and sail the 7 seas. You can create beautiful art and be an artist. You can cure diseases and be a scientist. You can be a poet who writes poetry. You can be a detective that solves mysteries. You can work at the movies and be a ticket collector. You can make sure our food is safe and be a food inspector. So remember, there is nothing you can't do. Remember to pray to Yah so your dreams can come true. And yeah, so, you know, I think, you know, as beautiful as that story is, you know, and really sort of opens it up, the possibilities, right, of what we can do, what you know, for us to really be able to hone in on our desires. And the idea of, you know, of teaching our children these things from an early age, you know, and emphasizing the possibilities, and, you know, the encouraging to dream big, you know, the possibilities are endless, you know. Eventually you know, what happens is as we grow and we get older, and we, you know, we endure, you know, the strains and, you know, the restrictions that our families can sometimes put on us, and the expectations, you know, can be very limiting, you know. But and when we don't recognize the patterns and we see it, we just, to make a conscious choice to change them, and especially the ones that hurt, we, you know, and create dysfunction, you know, the power within us to change it, to look ourselves in the mirror, to see the stuff that isn't working for us, but also that, you know, that we're doing that is harmful to other people. And, you know, because no one is more deserving of, you know, of their feelings or anything in life, for that matter, more than another person. And it's when we tip the scales, believing, you know, that we are, you know, one person is greater than the other, whether, you know, whether, you know, it's been taught to us that we weren't good enough or whatever, you know, the possibilities are endless. And, you know, even taking stock of our inner children, as much as this is a children's story, you know, and geared towards children, so that we can, you know, help to shape a better and brighter future for, you know, for our legacies, and for, you know, our children moving forward, you know, and especially in starting at an early age, but also being able to dive into the story. And, you know, why I think it's also benefit even as an adult, because it allows the opportunity to dive into your childhood, to see the things that you know, that limited you, and how, and, you know, and repair some of those things, and, you know, to also give hope that, you know, it's never too late, and that whatever childhood dream that you had, and if that's something that you still hung on to, you know, all this time, but never got a chance to fulfill because you followed, you know, someone else's expectations, you know, whether that be your family, whether that be society, you know, whether that be, you know, because of circumstance, you had to make, you know, the choice to do something that you know, wasn't exactly what you wanted to do, you know, or even if you ended up doing what you wanted to do, and then, you know, somehow your life just came crashing down, you know, and you're stuck having to rebuild, you know, what you want to do now, whatever desires you have, it is possible. And you know, not letting negativity, not allowing the negative intrusive thoughts, and the and understanding where those negative intrusive thoughts come from. Because a lot of the time, you know, and as I'm doing the work for myself, you know, and I've, you know, spent my career helping others, do this too. Those intrusive thoughts don't always necessarily come from us. They're built up in our brains, essentially in our memories, but a lot of them are voices, and stuff that have, that are a combination of the negative things and trauma experiences that that we've had to deal with over the years. Those who either told you you weren't good enough, or those told you that something you were doing wasn't right, and anything that made you feel less than what you truly are. Those are the things that we have to be willing to to look at, and being able to shed light on, and try to to change. And this is why I like Hezzy's book, You Can Be, because we all have those, the possibilities for all of us are endless, right? And we are so much more than the physical form of who we are. Oh boy. So that's You Can Be. And and I'll do Truly Mellanin presents Self-Care Sundays, and yeah, so Truly Mellanin presents Self-Care Sundays, and this again by Hezzy and illustrated by Sidante, Currie. And yes, I got mine signed. To Atlanta, stay elevated, Hezzy. Thank you very, very, very much, Hezzy. This is truly amazing. And I don't know if I remember if it made mention, but one thing to understand about Hezzy, and the connectivity with his family, is that these stories are especially what I know from Truly Melanated. The character in this story is based off his daughter, his own daughter. And it's so beautiful, just amazing. So anyway, so this is Truly Mellanin presents Self-Care Sundays, and actually, and I think I would have mentioned, the Afro Pick Adventures presents the incredible genius IMHOTEP, and this one, the Truly Mellanin presents Self-Care Sundays. These also have workbooks or worksheets coming, and so that families can it's more than just the idea of the story, right? And anyways, so I may not get too excited. Okay, come on guys, settle. Okay, so yes, so Truly Mellanin presents Self-Care Sundays, and here we go. I wake up in the morning and I feel so great. I give thanks for life, and then I meditate. I brush my teeth and make sure they are clean. This is part of my daily routine. I look in the mirror and love what I see. A beautiful queen looking back at me. I am powerful, intelligent, and very smart. I say these words every day right from my heart. It's time for breakfast, so I go downstairs. Dad gives me healthy food. I know that he really cares. And yes, that is the illustration of Hezzy with his daughter. Off to see the High Vibes crew. Self-Care Sunday is what we do. Today is devoted to our wellness and care. There are so many things we can do: rest, relax, or even wash our hair. We meet at our favorite spot on the hill. This is the place we like to chill. My friends are so positive, they keep me in a good mood. They vibrate so high with their amazing attitude. We go through the forest on a nature walk, listening to the wonderful sounds. None of us talk. We take out our journals and start to draw. I also write down the amazing things that I saw. I take off my shoes and let my feet touch the ground. We start to play music and dance around. After exercising, I need my water and a healthy snack. I get my veggies and fruits from my backpack. We reach for the sky and then touch our toes. I put my arms to the side and end in a warrior pose. After doing yoga, I stand and close my eyes. I think about the future and start to visualize. A world filled with peace, love, and happiness, patience, joy, and kindness. It's getting late and our day has come to an end. This is where I say goodbye to you, my friend. You are extremely powerful, a fountain of wealth, an elevated one. Take care of your health. Stay elevated. Amen. I love this. And I think what also really hits home for me is with Hezzy, especially Truly Mellanin presents Self-Care Sundays. I know Hezzy wrote this book when he wrote it, and he based the character main character is his daughter, essentially, Truly. And I see myself in this story. I see me, and I see the especially now the inner child who wants world peace, who always wanted that, who always led with our heart and in love, and and imagine the world being filled with peace, love, and happiness, and patience, joy, and kindness. That's like me. That's what I'm all about. That's what I've always been about. That's what my heritage has taught me. But I also realized that in that, and had the opportunity to observe that as much as that was the teaching and upbringing, not very many people actually practice what they preached and what they talk about. And we see that time and time again. But I'm hoping that even with this powerful solar eclipse, that it would give everyone the opportunity to really, really check themselves, to really not to, unmask and take that time to really take a good long look in the mirror, and, to check themselves and be able to change the patterns of their past that, has been holding them back, that maybe unintentionally, unconsciously, maybe holding, those around you back who, you know, that you love and care for, you know, taking that time to really, you know, humble the ego, you know, and to take stock of those things, you know, for, you know, to change for the you know, the better and the betterment of us all. You know, this world has become very, very selfish, and you know, I've said that before, and I'm saying it again, and you know, and it's, you know, it's time to take a stand against, you know, all of this. But the way to truly do it is by taking stock of ourselves, and as we take stock of ourselves and we make the necessary changes, we can then become the influence needed for everyone to follow suit. But it has to start with ourselves and move out. You know, because we cannot give from an empty cup, and you know, and as I said, we are all love. We all are deserving of the same, right? And when anything that disrupts that flow, it's going to throw off the whole balance. So, you know, hopefully, you know, now, you know, in from moving forward from present, you know, onwards, and, you know, to a better, brighter future, that we can all take the time to do this work. And why, again, I talk about shadow work and why it's important. You know, we do the shadow work now so that our legacies can benefit from the healing and the, you know, yeah. Okay, so with that being said, so there's quickly just two, you know, try and make shorter videos too. So, two quick other books that I wanted to highlight here that recently came in, and actually the publisher is Knock Knock Publishing, and they are the creator of the entire Affirmator series, and you know, it really everything that they do is very fun and colorful and in your face, bold, you know, can be sarcastic, and oh man, but so beneficial, and I love it, right? It's so this is one of the books. There is another one, but I don't yet have that one. And this one is called Let Go of That 45 Little Big Ways to Relax and Let Go of Anxiety, Stress, and Catastrophizing. And so this is like an affirmation book here. And so basically just, you know, we've got our introduction, you know, and then, you know, so let's say here we've got number one, you know, the worry number one, there aren't enough hours in the day, so why bother, right? You know, and then, you know, sort of, you know, analyzing that feeling and getting to the bottom of it, and then, you know, how we can then let go of this negative thought, and the way that this book is sort of laid out and created, it's really cool because it has these pull-off tabs, which of course I would never use because I like to keep my books intact, but I do like the idea, you know, of this. Of course, my solution, so, you know, to this, and so I'm not destroying the book, even though it was created to do that, but I'm a weirdo and a nerd, and anyways, that I embrace that. Okay, so yes, what I would do then is probably copy the prompt on a blank, you know, like a scrap piece of paper, so that I can actually do what the activity is here. And so the idea is, you know, if this is the worry, right, you're ripping off the tab, and you're writing, so it says, nope, not today. I hereby officially release you. And, you know, and then your initials and the date, and then you throw it away. The actual act of throwing it away, you know, like, yeah. I feel like a huge weirdo in a world of normal people. Didn't I just call myself a weirdo? I did. But I'm unique. I'm quirky. I have, you know, coping strategies and mechanisms because of the things that I went through. And anyway, let go of that. Nope, not today. Ugh, I'm so lazy. Nope, not today. I'm bad at parties. Nope, not today. No, I'm not going to go anywhere because I might be attacked by wolves or something. Nope, not today. Let go of that. I'm too old to start living my hashtag best life. Nope, not today. And there's actually, even though I'm saying all of that, there's actually, write-ups and explanations and sort of therapeutic kind of, thought-provoking things in here. And I really like that, And I will definitely can't wait to show you the next book when I get it. I forget what it's called, but in editing I will put it up on the screen. And the next one that sort of came to me is how to. So this is a how-to book, but in reverse, and brilliantly written, in your face sarcasm. Yes. So. How to traumatize your children. 7 proven methods to help you screw up your kids deliberately and with skill. So, just sort of going through the table of contents, and so you get an idea of the, what's in the book. But we have the introduction, trauma with a purpose, building the foundation, dynamics of universal trauma, so understanding what all of this is, 3, the parent as a controller, your child, your property. Parent as a pusher, your child is an honor student. Parent as a narcissist, it's all about you. Parent as an indulger, indulgence begets entitlement. Parent as a best friend, we share everything. Parent as a self-esteem killer, validation is for parking. Parent as neglector, don't quit your day job. Conclusion, enjoying your legacy of trauma. Yeah, so that's a really in your face how to not traumatize your child, and how those who have already done so can take stock of their actions and right those wrongs, if it is still possible, because it's never too late. Never too late. So, to make change and make positive change. So, with that being said, I want to thank you for being here today, for spending the time to go through these books with me. My name is Alana. I am love. Until I see you again, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you like my content, comment down below. Let me know what you thought of these books. Are they going to be stuff that you're going to check out? Whatever the case may be. And until we see each other again, don't forget to live, listen, and learn. I love you. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye-bye.
Gotta love, gotta love, gotta love one another. Gotta love, gotta love, gotta love one another. Gotta love, gotta love, gotta love one another. No matter what people want.